Sixers Raptors, Ben Simmons with a gorgeous full-court touch pass to Tobias Harris for the dunk.
We're going to talk more about this game later. The Sixers are in borderline crisis mode right now. And the Raptors, by the way, no Kawhi, Serge hurt, Lowry hurt, 12-4.
The Raptors are for real.
For real.
It's a four-team race in the East.
Was Kawhi holding them back last year?
Yeah.
They were
Lakers and
72
Spurs.
without him.
Yeah.
LeBron James sprinting down the floor to deny DeJounte Murray with a vintage chase down block.
And the Spurs were whining after this, saying it was in the cylinder. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. You're right.
You just got a dude in year 17 in the middle of November saying, I'm going to go full speed and go chase you down.
I loved it. I can't believe the naysayers. Oh, he's playing too hard. What are you supposed to do?
Take time
Play.
off, guys. It's the cool new thing.
All right, let's stick with this game.
Okay, if we have to.
For your prime performance, sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Color the classics this holiday. And LeBron James showcasing that you're right, Nick. Even in year 17, he can still carry his team. The King finishing with 33 points, including 12 in the fourth quarter, to go along with 14 assists as the Lakers extend their win streak to 8 games. Here's LeBron after the win.
It's weird. I don't know. Every time I tell you guys that this is the best I felt, you guys kind of get like all right. And then I go out and I'm able to do what I do. But that's how I feel, man. I feel my spring, my like I said, my quick twitch, my mind is sharp, my body is good. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the wine I'm drinking. Keep drinking some more if I'm gonna keep doing this.
Or every once in a while, don't make the playoffs, have a bunch of extra months to rest, get your body right, and come back out and do this in year 17. Nick, you surprised by LeBron's output at this point in his career?
I got to admit it, much like with Lamar. Yeah, I'm a little surprised.
Really?
I'm surprised.
I'm shocked that you're surprised.
Well, listen,
By him or by the team record?
Both. Listen, I thought the Lakers would get out to a fast start because the schedule was soft early and they had to get out to a fast start. And I thought LeBron would remind people that he's still the best player in basketball. I did not think he would be playing every game. I did not think he'd be top 6 in the NBA in minutes per game and total minutes. And I did not think he would, like this, seamlessly reinvent himself as the best point guard in basketball. We've heard over multiple years, LeBron's going to start doing this differently. He's going to, and then every year it's like, no, he's going to just do what he's always done. He's playing a different brand of basketball this year. Still wildly effective, but he's never been this much of a distributor with this type of basketball team. And I'm also surprised he is caring this much on the defensive end. There was a moment last night where he missed a free throw, which it's right now, it's his kryptonite. It's in his head.
Well, it has been.
It has been. A few years ago, he had fixed it because he was lane violating on every free throw. They then stopped letting him do it, and since then, it's been in his head. But the possession after he missed the free throw, Lakers were up 10 or 11 points midway through the fourth quarter. LeBron got in. Remember, like, the Wojo kid from Duke, that low defensive stance when he'd slap the floor?
Oh, yeah.
LeBron got in that defensive stance 35 feet from the basket. Like, I'm going to make up for it here. That surprised me as well. Because what I've said about LeBron, Broussard, is much like Tom Brady during the regular season decided I'm not taking hits. LeBron, I justified it in years past. During the regular season is saying I have to rest on the court at some point. I will be around defensively in the playoffs. But the Lakers are the best defensive team in basketball. Anthony Davis is the biggest factor of that, but LeBron's a close second. So those things do surprise me, even though he's the guy that I've been saying is the greatest player of all time.
I would like to think that LeBron saw my Instagram post in the preseason.
I believe he did.
I said, look, these are the 3 things LeBron needs to do to win the championship with the Lakers this year. Play point guard. Obviously, he's doing that. Be engaged and focused defensively. I didn't think he could be this good defensively at this stage of his career, but just be engaged, be focused, communicate. He's gone beyond that. And the third thing, no drama. I mean, usually at this point in the season, we have seen drama, especially LeBron's first time somewhere. Back to Cleveland with Kyrie the first year. In Miami the first year, you saw drama. LeBron has been great, and look, I'm not surprised because I picked the Lakers. Everything within me was essentially telling me, pick the Clippers. And I'm telling you, as good as the Lakers look, for a guy that picked them, the Clippers scare me. they are legit. Forget their record. They are tough. They've beaten, Boston, Houston.
They beat the Lakers in the first game.
They've beaten all the good teams in the league. Toronto, everybody except Milwaukee. And so they're scary. But I picked the Lakers solely, they've got good supporting cast and AD, but I figured LeBron would come out with a vengeance. I figured he had at least one more bullet in the holster or in the gun, and he was going to unload it this season. Look, there was every reason to do it. They're writing you off. You're not the best player in the world anymore.
Washed King.
You're 35 years old. Right, all that. He obviously heard it. Here's the interesting thing that many people may not have thought about. Jordan, the summer that he spent filming Space Jam, he was in essentially the same situation. Remember, the year before, he had come back from baseball. Nick Anderson stole the ball from him in the playoffs. They get eliminated by Orlando in the second round.
Real quick, for young people watching, I know the NBA's burnt the tapes, but that did happen. Michael Jordan lost in the playoffs.
I knew you.
In the middle of those 6 championships, there was a year he played and they lost. We don't ever talk about it.
I don't count that year.
Of course, nobody counts that year. Anyone Chris Broussard's generation or older, they pretend that year didn't count. But
I almost did not bring up this great anecdote.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. So they get knocked out, then he's filming Space Jam.
He's filming Space Jam. Again, people writing him off. Nick Anderson said, 23 was great, but 45, the number he wore, he comes back out. They win 72, go 72-10, begin another three-peat. This is similar. Obviously, he's compared to Jordan the most. And this is ironically similar at this point.
Can I just devil's advocate for a second? No one thinks he's coming out too fast, too hard, both offense and defense, doing it all, making sure he's getting the... No one's worried that this is going to last maybe another 20 games and then he's going to have to take a long breather?
I would be worried with any other athlete ever this side of maybe Karl Malone. Karl Malone showed an ability to play 80-plus games, 35-plus minutes, and was indestructible until the very end.
Right.
The other reason I'm not concerned, Jenna, is what you said in the beginning. I know you were saying it a little tongue-in-cheek, but it is absolutely right. LeBron played 55 basketball games between June of 2018 and October of 2019. That had to feel like someone who hasn't gotten a vacation from work in 3 years getting 2 weeks off. Like maybe to someone who had, takes 2 weeks off every summer, it doesn't feel that great. But for someone who's been grinding for 3 years, it feels like 3 months off. What LeBron was able to do for his body because of the injury and the missed playoffs, it to me was so much better than if he had drugged that Lakers team to the playoffs last year. What he did his last year in Cleveland was important to me for his legacy. Last year in Cleveland, Kyrie's gone. People are writing us off. I will play all 82. I will lead the league in minutes. I will drag this motley crew to the NBA Finals. 7 games in the first round, 7 games in the conference finals, 51-9-9 in game 1 of the finals before it break my hand in frustration and it all falls apart. But that was the culmination of 8 consecutive years where he played in the first game of the year and the last game of the year. It was not, even LeBron was going to need some type of break. He didn't mean to get it last year, but he got it. Now, I don't think he's going to play all 82 this year, but I think he's going to play at least 76. I think there's going to be only a handful of games he sits out. And, I mean, they do have the best record in basketball. But if they had one more loss, they wouldn't. And so, like, all of these, no matter what the Clippers tell you, all these games actually do matter. So, no, I think LeBron's doing exactly what the team needs to do.
I asked his agent, Rich Paul, about this just last week, and he said, look, LeBron feels better when he's playing. He wants to play. And, there are some guys like that. You mentioned Karl Malone. His 17th year, he averaged, 38 minutes a game. Kobe in his 17th year, 38 minutes a game. Now, he got hurt late,
popped his
like the
Achilles
last
at
few
the end of the
games,
year, and it was over.
Yes, but they averaged 38 at that point. Here's what we can't do. We can't let Kawhi Leonard's load management become the norm and make us feel like a guy that plays 75 to 80 games is doing something wrong.
Correct.
I mean, if Kawhi wasn't load managing, or that just wasn't even an issue, say that he didn't exist and we didn't think about load management, I think we'd be looking at LeBron saying he's playing a career low 35 minutes. He is kind of dialing it back. We cannot let load management become the norm.
And people will say, well, before Kawhi, it was Duncan with the Spurs. Look at Duncan's career until the very, very end. He was playing 74 games minimum.
80 games several years.
Several years, but even when they were like, oh, he's load managing, when the NBA got in trouble for it a few years ago, Duncan was still playing 74, 75 games a year. What once was load managing was, once every 3.5 weeks, I might take a game off. Not once every 3.5 games. Now, Kawhi has turned it into that. And like the guys who were the two biggest load managers last year, Kawhi and Embiid, both had injury issues that you understood it. I don't understand it quite as much with